Welcome to the Secret Cellar Green Room Podcast. Hi, I'm your host, York Underwood. Today on the podcast, we have our guest, Arnór Daði. How you doing, Arnór?
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
Yes, I'm doing great now.
You're doing great now?
Yeah, no, I've always... No, that's not true. But I'm doing pretty well.
Oh, that's good.
Today?
Today?
Yeah.
What happened today that made it so well?
No, nothing special. I went to the doctor.
Yeah?
But no, it wasn't special.
What were you going to the doctor for?
It's a weird thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is going to sound like really stupid.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't... okay.
You can start with it.
Okay.
We like to start with like flavor anecdotes that get people like a taste of who you are.
Okay. Well, this is a pretty big taste. But so like a few weeks ago, I saw this. Like I read about this. I actually heard it on a podcast. Like comedians taking hair pills. It's called Propecia, I think.
Yeah.
And it's for like when you're going bald.
Yeah.
Like me.
Are you going bald?
Oh yes, I am. You can see my hairline, dude.
Oh, I just thought you had that Jack Nicholson thing going on. Hey.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, he's bald now too.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and he has, I think he has like Alzheimer's.
Yeah, that's why he stopped acting.
Well, yeah, how would he know?
Right.
He might be acting still. He has no idea.
True.
He's just really method.
Oh my god, it's true. Jack Nicholson's the best.
Yeah.
So I read about this Propecia thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some of that Propecia.
Yeah.
So I went to the pharmacy. They told me I had to go to the doctor to get hair pills.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I went to the doctor, and he was like, but I didn't want to go to the doctor and like be like, hey, I don't want to lose my hair.
Yeah.
That's a stupid thing to go to the doctor for.
Right.
So I said I had I had to think of something else, like
Yeah.
physical that's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Wasn't that hard?
Really?
No, I had a nose thing. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go in for that and just mention that I like, and also I'm kind of worried about losing my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And like, then we would just write it up.
Yeah.
But I went in there with a nose thing and he gave me a nasal spray thingy.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Like, just put that in your nose. And I'm like, okay, cool. But also I'm losing my hair. And he was like, oh, you got to go to another doctor.
Yeah.
A skin doctor.
A skin doctor for your hair.
Yeah, for my hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is good?
I guess it'd be ridiculous if there was a person who was just a hair doctor. Like that'd be.
Yeah.
It's like,
Just-
what do you focus on? He's like, just hair,
Just hair.
which is dead.
Hair only.
I think, like, hair is just like keratin. Is that right?
You should know better than me.
It's like it's like
I got this nodding his head.
It's the same as fingernails. It's not alive. So you'd be more like a necromancer,
Oh my god.
a person who brings alive the dead.
Oh shit.
That's what a hair doctor would be.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But I went to the hair doctor, or the skin doctor, as he likes to call it.
yeah,
And I go in there, and the guy's bald.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit. So now I gotta go. It's a weird thing. Go to the doctor to not lose her hair.
And the guy's bald. He's
Yeah,
like, "Don't
and-
worry, it works." It's like, I don't think it does.
No, exactly. And I also like telling me, yeah, what's the problem? Well, I don't want to look like you.
Yeah,
I don't want to be that.
yeah.
Give me pills for it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I have to say something else too now. But thank God I have like pimples all over my face.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to get rid of those. So he signed me up a prescription, and then I told him about the bald stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And then I asked him, like, is it expensive? And he rubbed his head. And I was like, I have no idea. How would I know?
So he actually was funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he pulled the joke out. He's like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't know how this hair
look
stuff
at my stupid head.
I signed up for a specialization in hair. Never really paid attention in class. I was a bit of a drunk. I was a party dude, as you can tell. So I don't even know how this stuff works. Obviously, right?
Yeah, it was the best.
Oh, that's great.
But that's been my whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nothing much.
But you've like you're like, for the people who don't know, Arnór, he hosts the show called The Funniest Four. He doesn't
Yes.
really host it because he doesn't like to be called a host. He's one of those like comedians who in their first 10 years they're obsessed with calling themselves an actual comedian, so they
Oh,
won't do the
fuck you.
nitty gritty job stuff because it's beneath them in some way.
Shut up. It's not true at all. I host the show. I'm the host.
Yeah, he's
but
the host.
I am the first comedian of
Yeah.
The Funniest Four.
Yeah,
So I guess you're kind of right.
yeah. You're the
Yeah.
first comedian of The Funniest Four. And you just happen to be the funniest four every week. And it's obviously not based on a voting system or points at all.
It's just like 3 people I like
Yeah, that's good.
every other week.
Yeah, that's how Iceland runs. Just give your buddies titles they don't deserve.
You're on the show all the time.
I know. I know. There's a few meritocracies that slip through.
Yeah. That's true.
That's
All
true.
right. What
Yeah.
have you been up to today?
Today, wow, what a day. I woke up,
Okay.
7:30 in the morning, had a pot of coffee like I do every day.
Oh.
One pot. And
Yes.
then I make another pot, to give my girlfriend. She doesn't drink any of it usually. She's like, "Why are you?"
So you drink too?
No, I just leave it all day so the house smells like an old newspaper office
Oh man.
that smells like stale coffee all day. I even leave the heat on so it like soaks into the wallpaper. Yeah, so it's kind of that feel.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, because I like to come home to that and be like, "Whoa, what's going on in the office?" They're like, "This is our home." You know? But, yeah. And so then I came here
Yeah.
because like we're in the green room, but
Yes.
also there's the craft bar and then there's our office upstairs. And I was working up there, working on sales picks. We have starting November 30th. We have November 30th and December 7th, 14th, and 21st. The next 4 Saturdays are our countdown to Christmas shows.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Are you a big Christmas person?
No, I'm not.
What?
No, not anymore. I'm not.
Why?
I don't know. I barely notice Christmas now. It's just like different music in the radio,
Yeah.
and then it's like kind of Christmassy, and you get good food.
Yeah.
That's the thing I like about Christmas.
Is it food? Yeah, it's good food.
Yeah, it's good food, and then like no presents at all.
Do you have because like
after 13, you stop kind of caring about Christmas.
yeah, if you come from like a mean family, like I've seen like 19-year-olds who come from loving families who still like have sweaters
That's
on.
weird to me though.
It's weird to me too.
I don't like those people.
No, I don't like people who like their parents after age 13.
No, it's so fucking
Who are
weird.
like, I can't wait to hang out with my
Like,
mom and dad. It's like what?
I had a buddy in school. He was like, "Well, what did you do this weekend?" I was like, "Oh, me and my family hiked, and then we baked a cake." I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
But don't you have interests outside of your fucking family, you
Yeah,
weirdo?
fuck.
Those are the people
My
who let you
best
down.
friend is my sister. No, go to hell.
Yeah, Jesus, we've all seen Pornhub. We know what you're up to.
Yes,
That's the most popular porn on Pornhub.
that's true. Why? Why though?
I think this is weird. So I don't know if you know the history of pornography very well.
No, I'm not too familiar.
So like before, you used to have to go watch it in movie theaters, and it was actually kind of like a thing because adult people coming out of this kind of puritanical 50s, around the 60s, and when you had like the women's rights movement and things like that, adults wanted to see other adults having sex because sex was all of a sudden on the menu. Like there was the pill, so you could have sex and not create a baby. Penicillin came after World War II, so all of a sudden venereal diseases wasn't a big deal anymore, and AIDS hadn't came out yet. So people would go to the theater, but then as soon as home movies happened, that's when pornography became weirder and weirder. And one of the biggest selling pornos back in I think the 70s was called Taboo, and it was like a mother sleeps with her son.
Huh?
Yeah,
It's weird. Like
So
every
this is-
other video is like.
but there is a thing called genetic attraction. So I don't know the specifics of it because I'm not a scientist. But when the two when you're with the reason that you're not attracted to your sister most of the time for most people is that like there's a thing from like cohabitation and being around each other that it kind of switches off. Like you like develop and they develop, so you're not attracted to these people because you're around them. Yeah. They're your family unit.
Yeah.
But they find that if you got split at birth or at very young ages and then came back together and didn't know, you'll have this like immense attraction to this person.
What?
And then people will have these incestuous affairs, and then they find out later they're like lost brothers and sisters.
Oh.
And stuff like that, because there's this thing called genetic attraction. Because it's like everything you see in them, you're like, I fucking love that, and because everyone's a narcissist,
Yeah,
it's just you're like, I love me, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because that's what people like in other people.
Yeah, themselves.
Themselves or things that complement themselves.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. There's like a forbiddenness of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And it's not too, like, think about it. If it's not the craziest sex either, so if it isn't something like over the top with like pillows and animals and different like body parts going into different body parts, but if it's just plain vanilla sex, how do you put a little twist on it? You go, there's stepsisters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because then it's like, because that's like you're not supposed to have the attraction, but you're not actually related. So you're only breaking a legal rule or kind of like a societal like norm, but you're not really breaking anything against nature. So it's allowed, sort of.
Yeah.
So people like this sort of shit. It excites them.
Yeah. That's so strange.
Yeah. Yeah. People should start making more jokes about fucking their sisters here.
They should.
Yeah.
You should be the one to do it. I
Yeah.
think you could because you know the history.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think that's what people like the most about jokes is if you do a little preamble to give them like get ready for the punchline. You're like, so what started as an adult entertainment industry.
It sounds smart, and then the whole joke is just
and that's why you want to fuck your sister.
It's like, oh shit, it's brilliant. So smart.
I know, but I think like obviously because this is Iceland and every comedian has an incest joke because Iceland is a big incestuous country.
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't actually think about it until I started doing comedy, and like everybody had jokes about it
Yeah.
because we do like,
Well,
they're mostly tourists here, so.
I think the only reason that Iceland didn't just like degrade into like these weird like mutant people is because of the invention of the airplane.
Really?
Yeah, because if airplanes were never invented, you guys would have just gone way too incestuous.
That's like,
Because you had a huge population drop because of like natural disasters. But if all of a sudden transportation got cut off and it was just this island, eventually there'd be people.
so because of airplanes, but that's like 100 years ago.
I know, that's what saved us here. Like
I actually like when I see like pictures of like my great grandparents. I'm
Yeah.
like, they're kind of fucked up in the face a little bit.
Yeah,
Kind of
what the?
like, big cheeks and like.
No,
what the
but
hell
also
is
you
going
can't
on?
really tell because the photos took so long to take. Like now, if you look at if you look at the flash time on a camera, you can take photos that are like microseconds in order to get action.
Yeah.
But in order to take a photo back in the day, you had to sit still for a long time.
yeah.
But imagine if you had like a little itch, so you're like,
So they all look fucked up.
like, your eyes are like that when
Yeah.
it finally finishes.
How do you explain the paintings though?
Paintings?
Yeah.
Wow.
They kind of look like fucked up too.
Do
I
they-
don't think Mona Lisa is kind of a looker.
But
She was
Mona
supposed-
Lisa was supposed to look like Leonardo da Vinci. He was doing a self-portrait.
Why do you know everything?
Well, one, I didn't do what a lot of my contemporaries did, which is I didn't quit reading as an adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I never played a lot of video games
Fair enough.
because I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you're speaking. I don't play video games.
Yeah, that's
And I
good.
just started reading.
Yeah, see?
It's not going well.
It gets better. Once
Yeah.
you get to like sentences, it's just like, but when you're just going letter by letter, it's fucking, it's monotonous.
pretty hard. I'm sounding it out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
repetitive. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's horrible. But yeah, no, that's probably what it is. That's the one thing that this age has brought on because of everyone being connected. There's all of a sudden this like joy in being a child. Like,
Yeah.
like every movie you go to is
So
Marvel.
yeah.
Is for kids.
It's for kids.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
And then you'll meet like on Tinder, right? Which I'm not on because I have a girlfriend. And
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
right.
We all know that.
Yeah, we all know that. And, but on Tinder, like women in their 30s and men, I'm not going to make this gender specific, will talk about things like their favorite Harry Potter house.
Right.
And they'll be like, oh, where would you go in the Sorting Hat? Blah, blah, blah. And they'll judge people based on that.
Do you think it started with
I'm like-
9/11?
9/11. No, it started with people saying that everyone's opinions were equal instead of going,
Oh.
grow the fuck up.
Okay.
You're not allowed to like Harry Potter when you're an adult. You read it
Right.
to your kids and then you shut up.
Yeah.
Because it's not good literature. It's not really well written. It's just like, whoa, these kids don't like racism. And then they pat themselves on the back and then they have a fucking magic wand and everyone's like, that's just like what I like.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, the type of stuff that's really popular, all institutional fantasies. So you get picked up, you go to Hogwarts, and then you're kind of protected by these like father figures. Like, what's his name? Not Gandalf, but he was also Gandalf.
Yeah.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
So you have these father and parental figures that come in case it gets too crazy, but then you have these adventures within an institution.
Mm.
And that's very childlike. It's a desire to be institutionalized. And that's what everyone wants now. They want, like, whenever there's a problem, they want someone to, like, sort it out for them
Yeah.
rather than sort it out on the streets.
Oh
The way I
shit! Like
sort
you
out
do
shit.
leg wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have a problem with someone, I go, we are Indian leg wrestling. And I mean Indian as in dot.
I've
not
never
feather.
seen him lose. It's
No.
crazy.
Yeah.
You with leg wrestling?
Leg wrestling. That's how you go. It's hip to hip,
Right.
legs up,
Yeah.
lock. Who can roll over the
Oh
other
my
person?
god! It's been a while.
Yeah. So now that we've talked about absolutely nothing,
Yeah, what the fuck? You're doing a podcast, bro.
no, it's good because you want to get into, you want to be able to talk about Harry Potter in every podcast.
Yes, of course.
Harry Potter podcast.
Harry Potter podcast.
Harry Potter podcast.
Yeah.
I think I just have something against Harry Potter because when I wear glasses, people say I look like a fat Harry Potter, and they're always like, you look like Harry Potter if you had a drinking problem. And I'm like, we don't know his alcohol consumption because the
No.
writer never gave us that sort of info.
That's true.
They're too
he was
busy.
only a boy.
Yeah. You can't know. When I was a boy, I still had hope. No one would have looked at me and said, there goes a future drunk.
No.
No,
No, of
they would
course
have they
not.
would have been like, there goes a fucking little asshole.
Yeah.
That's what they would have said.
Yeah. Fucking little jerk.
I think he stole something. He did steal something.
Yeah.
But
Oh
I
my
don't drink
God.
anymore. You don't drink anymore.
No. Stop drinking.
Yeah. Is it permanent?
Yeah.
That's the
I
goal?
think so. Yeah, I think so. Like
A permanent life without the shine of alcohol.
I
to make
don't
it
like thinking about that way though. Like saying to myself like, "Oh, I'm never going to drink again." That's I'm only maybe setting myself up for failure, maybe.
Yeah, like
But-
if you say that it's like so powerful that it'll ruin your life, but if you don't want to, you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
That
and
can-
also like I've seen a lot of changes in my life,
Mm-hmm.
like just stop drinking, and I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I think.
So I used to like use it as a social thing.
Yeah,
Like it was kind of uncomfortable being around people.
yeah,
So like having a few beers
yeah. I
felt
definitely
more comfortable.
like when I came here, I would like use it here
yeah.
in order to sit around with comedians all night.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I was like, this is unbearable.
Yes, it is, dude. I can't stay here after like 11:30. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, these people are idiots.
It's so. I think that's the one grown-up thing I've had in the last year is I've learned to say I don't have to do anything I don't like. So
Right.
as soon as I get like uncomfortable, I don't have to be like, okay, now I'll just drink myself until I like it.
Yeah.
Now I can go like, no, I'll just go to bed.
Yeah.
I'll just go
I
home.
like bed.
Yeah, I like sleeping.
Sleeping is pretty cool.
Yeah. So, how about you in comedy? You started by taking a comedy class.
I did one open mic first,
Mhm.
and I bombed. Then I did the comedy class. Like I applied for the comedy class a year earlier, I think,
Yeah.
and I did the open mic. Like, I don't know, a week later, maybe. I got an email from the.
Where was it up north?
No, it was here.
Okay.
It was down in the green room. No, it was called. This bar was called the Green Room.
Yeah, it used to be called the Green Room.
Yeah, it was downstairs when the stage was on the other side,
Yeah.
and it was with Thorstein Guðmunds.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a-
awesome.
Yeah, it's an Icelandic comedian, one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I did the class with him. It was just like me and a bunch of like people in their like mid-30s, mid-40s maybe,
Yeah.
and just like their parents, and they just want to try something new. But I was the only one in the class who kind of wanted to be like, I set this as a thing I want to do for life.
Yeah.
They were all just like, kind of.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
wanted-
it's pretty fun to try it, which
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah. They wanted to get out of their comfort zone.
Yes.
Learn how to publicly speak.
Exactly.
And that's a really strong thing to have now because kids today can't speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always in their screens. They're super anxious. If you have just a slight authority to your voice, you can lead them to do anything.
Really.
Yeah, you could become a well, I don't know, like a
I
dictator.
feel like this is about your stepchildren right now.
It is.
I'm really good.
No, my they don't care about anything. Like we were talking about pornography earlier because they grew up
Yeah.
where they could basically at any point in their life as they got curious,
Yeah.
they could sneak away and look at pornography.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go find it in the bushes
No.
or anything like that.
No.
And like get a sneak of a boob.
Yeah. Did you find pornography in the bushes?
Yeah,
Like, that
everyone-
was like the big thing in back in the day.
That is everywhere. That is a story that's so funny because everyone will bring this up, but almost every country in like Western Europe and North America,
Yeah.
there's bushes with
Yeah, and
porn.
I hear like people think like, oh, when they were kids, they thought it was adults putting porn in the bush, but it was kids.
We don't
Like,
know.
No, but like
Maybe
that's the
there was
thing.
like a porn
No,
Santa. And there's just a
it
guy
wasn't-
who's like,
it wasn't adults putting porn in the. It was kids that got porn and didn't want to take it home, so they hid it in the bush, and then other kids found it.
other like dads too. Like if you were like an adult dad,
Just a dude in the
Yeah,
in the
'cause-
forest jerking off.
because white like porn wasn't as ubiquitous or as accepted as it is now, and it's starting to lose
Right.
a bit of its acceptance. It was like really accepted a bit for the 90s and 2000s, but now it's kind of like because
Right.
a lot of it people see it as like violence towards women, and there's kind of like this
Mm.
pushback.
Yeah.
So
all these documentaries now.
all these documentaries and the effects of like porn addiction. Like I've had multiple people I've known who their relationships were ruined because of pornography, where all of a sudden
I've heard about that.
they can't like real sex is just disappointing. Even the writer Bernard Shaw,
that guy.
yeah, you know him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had so many fantasies. By the time he had real sex at like 29 or something, he was just like, this is it. Like because like the theater of his mind for years was just like making it more and more
Oh,
interesting and
shit.
just so crazy. And he's like, "Wow, this is amazing." Then he finally has sex with a normal person, or whatever, like a person. Maybe
Yeah.
they weren't normal, but they have sex, and he's like, "Oh, this is what I've been waiting
yeah.
to 29 to do."
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Boring.
And that's what happens is you lose connection with like reality because fantasy becomes more important.
Right.
And that's the age we live in.
Yeah. So I took a comedy class.
I don't know why I'm talking so much.
We somehow went into a little bit of a loop there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I took that comedy class and I just wanted to do comedy in Icelandic.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing comedy in English scared me. Like you guys were doing the Monday shows at Gaukurinn.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I want to do Rökkvi,
Yeah.
Vésteinshéð shows. Like I only want to do the ones in Icelandic, and I caught like 3 of them,
Yeah.
and then that whole thing died out.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, to get more stage time and get more comfortable on stage, I'm gonna try to do it in English. And like after a few,
Yeah.
like I was uncomfortable speaking English
Yeah.
on stage, but that went away, and now I only do it in English almost.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Good. It is like I guess that's the one thing I never fully appreciate with my fellow comics here in Iceland is that you guys didn't just start doing comedy, you started doing it in another language.
Yeah.
And so everyone, it's like I only know you through English because I haven't been able to learn Icelandic well enough to know anything. I can get like nouns and stuff, but I don't know your personality in Icelandic. I only know it in English.
Yeah,
which means I know your worst personality.
Yes.
Because they say like in your second language you have problems with empathy, so it makes you more psychopathic.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Because it's not the base language of
your
your
mind.
mind.
You're kind of more.
You can't mirror things as well, so you don't empathize with people as well in the second
Oh my
language. So
god.
that's why people sound more harsh. Like they always be like, oh, Germans and whatever, they sound so harsh when they're speaking in English. It's because they don't use the natural niceties and like norms that they're used to in German because it's their second language.
Oh my god. That's interesting. It is.
This podcast is interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is good.
Let's get it. What were we talking about though?
About you and comedy. So you took this class and you started doing it in English.
Yeah.
And now like you have your own show, like we said, every week.
Yeah.
On Tuesdays. And you're performing all the time, and you're making waves. I know like Ari Elgin and different people, like they've pointed you out as the person who's
That's awesome. That's like a huge compliment. I've been a fan of Ari Elgin since I was.
He is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird. I did a show, like this is how little I do like stand up in Icelandic. When I did one, like I did 3 shows up north.
Yeah.
All of them in Icelandic. The first one, I sounded like Ari Elgin the whole time.
Yeah.
Like this is Icelandic stand up. So I just started doing Ari Elgin.
Yeah.
I was like, then I caught myself like, oh shit, I'm not me right now.
Yeah, because he's got the hustle. Like he's a guy who was doing like 3 or 4 gigs a night, corporate gigs.
It's crazy.
Everyone knew him. He was going from like 1 to 1, and he could go into a room of people drunk at a Christmas party, and they're like, "Hey, it's Ariel." They all listen, and he just knows exactly what to do, and he fires off 15, 20 minutes of just like everyone roaring, laughing. Goes, gets in his car, drives to the next gig, does it again.
He was like a super nice guy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
It makes me interested more in him because he has this like niceness, because everyone else, every other comedian, I can see on their face what evil
you're hiding something.
Yeah, I want to know, because obviously he's gonna have like ambition and things like that, like every performer.
Yeah,
but there's got to be something there behind those
has to.
fucking gorgeous eyes he
has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, those gorgeous.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
Because he has such high cheekbones. He takes such a good photo.
Yeah.
Because like I never take a good front-on photo.
Me neither.
I'm always like, what the fuck?
I've seen 2 good pictures of me.
I've seen it where photos work when I just like if I'm kind of like moving.
Oh, you have to move?
Like a video I can look
a
at.
Video.
Yeah, that's it. Moving pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
That motion
but as soon as
picture.
they freeze it, it's always like, and I'm like, ah! And I'm like, that's not how I look. They're like, no, that isn't how you look. I'm like, why do cameras pick up all this stuff? I always look like a stroke victim.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
A light stroke, not fatal.
Okay.
I still keep my ability to use language and stuff.
Oh,
just
that's
like
so sweet of the camera.
Yeah, I know. It's just like,
nice.
whoa, is he having a mild stroke? And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. If you would have said a grand mal seizure or something, that would have been rude. But a mild stroke, I can take.
Yeah.
That's what I went sea swimming. Have you gone sea swimming?
No, like swimming in the ocean?
Yeah, but here,
you have to pay to do it.
No.
Do you do?
Notos
I've
Vik.
gone swimming in the ocean, but
Notos Vik.
no.
No.
They're with the hot tubs and the stuff.
No, it was closed when I went, so I just went without the hot tubs.
Oh my god.
It was freezing.
Do they have showers?
No, it was freezing. I
Why?
had to towel down.
Were you on your scooter?
No, I wasn't on my scooter. It's not technically my scooter. It's my stepson's, but he doesn't care about physical activity, so I can take it whenever I want.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but no, I went there and went sea swimming, and like I noticed that because when you stop drinking, then all of a sudden you don't have any excuses for the failure of your body.
Oh,
because like before I'd look in the mirror and I'd be like, whatever, I drink a bit. That's probably why I have this like extra love hanging off me. But now when I look in the mirror, I'm like, what? Is this just it? This is who I am. This is me sober. And like, I noticed that I kind of looked like I had a chest, and it kind of looked like I was getting a stomach, but then it also looked like it had a stroke.
Yeah, you get used to it. Take my word for it. You had that like weird body since I was 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really weird.
I don't know.
You have like you got like the classic like husky build.
Yeah. Thank you. You're
Yeah. Yeah.
husky built.
Like a rolling. Like you look like you.
You're like a
you,
roller skating lesbian.
no,
Kind of husky.
I don't think maybe no. You're like one of those guys who like you're big enough where you're gonna have some surprising physical ability that I never like. You're gonna be super flexible or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's also,
I've actually heard that before when I'm like tying my shoe and I put it up on a thing. I'm like, whoa, you're flexible.
You're really
and it's not that high. I'm like, I can go higher than that, you fucking stupid bitch. What are you talking
a
about?
stranger stops and goes,
Yeah, like,
wow, you're a lot more flexible than I would have guessed.
Yes.
Did you just touch your toes?
Yeah, when I every time I tie my shoes in public, like a circle around me of tourists taking pictures. Damn.
Wow.
Look at that kid.
The Viking.
Good for you. Good for you, kid.
Good for you. You're a good kid. You're a good kid. Oh yeah.
You're tying your shoelaces.
That's funny. Oh, Don Cherry, that voice, the Don Cherry voice, the hockey announcer in Canada, he just got fired.
Oh, you used to do a bit about him?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's somebody else.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't want to.
Oh, right. I remember the bit.
Yeah, it's racist.
It is.
But he's the one being racist.
Yes, it's not you.
Yeah, and it turned out I was right. Because he got fired for making comments about immigrants.
Oh, I remember. Yes.
Yeah. Life is sad.
Yeah.
But on with the butter, as Gisley likes to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over the smoothie.
Yeah, that's an Icelandic saying.
Yeah, it is.
That must be
all the time.
Because I guess that's something interesting that maybe some of the people watching this, the 30 or 40 people who managed to get it this far after our Miranding beginning. Pornography, Harry Potter.
Yeah. It's all comedians too, waiting for us to talk about them.
Yeah.
Hi, Helge Steinar. How are you, buddy?
Yeah. Helge Steinar just went to China.
I know.
Oh my God.
With Bjarni and Thoraldur.
Yeah. They
Who's doing the show tonight, the Funniest Four.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday at 9.
No, it's funny because like I moved from Canada, which is kind of like a comedy hotspot.
Right.
And then I moved to Iceland where I was like, ooh, I'm really cool in my career here. But I like that Icelanders, they go the extra mile. They're like, no. Iceland's not that bad. I'm going to do comedy in China.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And can you imagine anything like more repetitive than Tinder in China?
I think my phone froze.
What the fuck's going on?
The fuck?
Yeah, that was what Don Cherry said, by the way, and not me.
Oh.
Yeah, that was.
But we can't get fired for comedy.
No, we can't. We can. We can't.
We can't. Well,
no.
We can get outed.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, it's good.
So he got fired recently?
Yeah, he got fired recently. Poor Don Cherry.
Do you know what he said?
Yeah, he just said that like immigrants should wear the poppies and show some respect for the soldiers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, but you the thing I want to talk because again we talked about how you started where Icelandic was your first language, English is your second language.
Yeah.
But Icelandic has a lot fewer words than English. And one of the fun things about English stand-up, like English language stand-up, is that you find the perfect word for the joke. Yeah. And that's the thing that sets it off. So it could be a very simple joke. It doesn't have to be vulgar or high energy. It could just be this clever word that tricks everyone. It gets that reaction. Yeah. Where in Icelandic, a lot of words have like triple, quadruple meanings. It's almost like most of the jokes become almost puns. Yeah. Like people's names mean bear, and bear also means this, and also means this, and also means this. And because there's so few words, how does that play with stand-up? Because it doesn't seem as electric as English language stand-up.
No. Like when I write like a joke in English, you're right. When you use like a word, it kind of makes the joke better. Like the different word, like what sounds better than like saying this or this. But with Icelandic jokes, it's just kind of, I don't know. Like I haven't written many jokes in Icelandic, but it's mostly like storytelling with me. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but they get to punchlines because the one thing about Icelandic is when you listen to it doing stand-up, you can tell the setup and the punchline. Like you can hear the beats in the joke. Yeah. And you can like, especially Ari Eldon's a great example. I watched him when I first got here, and I was like, wow, he's really good. He has high laughs per minute. Yeah. He's doing setup punchline jokes. But it's in Icelandic. But then now that I've been here for a while, I'm a little bit more amazed at the like effectiveness because you don't have this like kind of like library of words to choose from.
Right. Yeah, it's true. I actually never thought about that. To be honest with you.
But you don't write a lot of jokes in Icelandic.
No, I mostly write now in English. And then most of the jokes I write can't be translated because it's just mostly stuff I do. Yeah. It's like looked like an idiot over there.
Yeah.
And then I went to the next place and I looked like an idiot over there.
Yeah.
That's my side.
Yeah.
So
I was
like,
an idiot here. I was an idiot there. I was an idiot everywhere.
yeah. So in Icelandic, it's like, jag får den, jag får det här. Nej, jag får det alltså.
Yeah.
So yeah, it works though. It worked good.
But how do you? So, because your plans are to start going like more abroad as well. And did you go to Edinburgh?
No, I'm planning on. Like,
You went to Sweden though with Aaron.
Yeah, I went to Sweden. Did the Gothenburg Fringe?
Yeah.
Gotham.
Yeah.
Gotham.
Yeah.
Gothenburg.
One of those words.
Yeah. And yeah, we did 3 shows there, and then we did 1 open mic. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think my Voices Have Tourette's show did the same festival this year.
Yeah.
We went in 2018.
Yeah. Okay. And because I noticed when I went to Berlin for 4 months, and I was doing the shows there, most of the people were immigrants. It was immigrant comedy nights in English. So most of the comedians were people from America or even Sweden or somewhere else, but English was the main language. And so that's why it was relatable. But you're doing it here for tourists. How do you get material for jokes when a lot of your stuff is about being from a small town up north?
Now it's like, I don't know. What do you mean by like?
Well, because like you're like one of the things with Icelandic humor, especially with the stand-up comedians, a lot of them do references like, "Oh, remember this old guy? He's crazy, right?" Or remember this thing in Iceland? Remember having to go up those weird steps at this place in Iceland?
Yeah, I don't really do jokes about that.
No, you don't.
No, so like I don't have to. I don't think about it. But it's just like something. I think about something funny. And if I think about something funny in Icelandic, this is happening a lot now. Where I'm like writing. I actually am writing jokes in Icelandic that only work in Icelandic. But that's like I all of the jokes I do in English can't be translated.
Yeah.
But it can't translate the Icelandic jokes into English because it's mostly kind of punny. Kind of I don't know. It's just like it's a wordy thing.
Yeah.
But so when I write my jokes, I'm not thinking like this won't translate.
Oh, okay.
Just thinking, yeah, I think this will work, and I do the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's your so like most people, like you said, like when you went to these classes, you were like, I want to do this as a career.
Yeah.
Most people who have that same ambition, like where I'm from in Canada, some of them are like doing really well. Like I have a friend from Edmonton, Drew Bame, who's doing really well. And like I was there when he was like starting and we both were starting and you see them doing well, but they're in Canada where English is the first language, and there's big festivals and there's established comedy bookers and clubs.
Right. This
is the only comedy club
in
Iceland.
This is all we can do. But we go abroad now. Yeah. It's like we're getting more.
And then how do you think you're going to stay here?
For a while, yeah. I don't think like a year ahead. But like for right now, I'm gonna stay here because this club is getting like bigger by the minute.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to be here right now. I don't want to move away and then come back in 2 years and you've all made it. And I'm like, oh no, I was doing a bar show in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, cool, bro.
Well, yeah, I don't know what making it here would be, but
it would be.
There is something about it though, because like English language is obviously more popular with the immigrants and with tourists.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like it's kind of having like a cruise ship comedy club, except you can't get kicked off the boat.
Right.
Because I used to
Joseph.
I had Joseph. Yeah, Joseph was a funny comedian who came here.
Yeah, we love Joseph.
Yeah, he's great. He's one of my favorite types of comedians who like they start being a comedian like on Tuesday, and then on Thursday it's their entire identity.
Yes, we're gonna cut this out, right? I don't trust his mental state.
What? Hey, if he was watching this podcast and he made it this far before blacking out, he is a lot healthier than I remember.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So don't worry about the cycle. Like that's
funny because it's true.
That's the one. Like what changed for me, which you might have noticed, is like when you go from being. So like there's one thing about when you quit drinking, you lose a bit of your friends like camaraderie at the club because a lot of it, because we're not getting paid really a lot and we're trying to make this all work together. A lot of it was like a social club almost. And then when you cut drinking out, you feel like you're missing out on the camaraderie a bit. But now that I've been running the shows and doing this sort of stuff and trying to build up the club, I've made this like extra wall where I can't be the big like asshole that I was before.
Yeah.
So I can't come in and be like, oh,
and we all miss that guy. Where's that fun-loving guy?
like I'm the greatest. You can't do that because now you're actually like the booker too.
Yeah,
so you have to be
you
like,
can't
yeah,
do that.
everyone's great. I really believe that. You guys are so awesome. I shouldn't be doing that show. You should, of course. You know, like that's how it is. But you know, I could always like make my own show where I could put myself at the center of it. I guess.
Right.
That's always smart.
Yeah.
That's the move. Is like I could do it like it's a people with Canadian identity. Show. And then I could be like, what? I'm the only one?
Come on.
I guess I gotta be booked again. Yeah. Do something like that.
30.
But yeah, that's good. And so you have like these shows coming up and you have Christmas, but you also have something that is would be a nightmare for some people. You're 25.
Yeah.
And you're about to have a kid.
You set that up so mean.
Why?
You said it's mostly a nightmare for most people.
No. I mean this like when you meet a 25-year-old young man who's decided to get into comedy, the last thing they would.
Jesus Christ. Are we okay?
I think we're okay.
I'm a little wet.
Oh, the leg fell off.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, just 1 second. Yeah. Oh, it broke.
Yeah.
It's probably just cold because it's freezing in here.
Yeah, it's probably that.
Okay. Okay, just 1 second. I'm just going to go like this. We're going to edit this out.
Yeah.
Why did you look in the camera? We're going to edit this out, you guys.
We're going to edit this out.
You guys who are watching?
Yes. There we go. No problems at all.
Ginger beer doesn't stain, does it?
No, but it'll give you a spicy smell.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, so like if your pregnant girlfriend was laying in your lap, she'll be like, "What?"
Oh my God, I guess it's...
Because if she has an upset stomach, she could sniff your leg. Because ginger's good for tummies.
Yeah. I'll tell her that tonight.
Yeah, you should. You'd be like,
Sniff my leg.
Why you sniff my leg? Baby, why
No,
you
trust me, York told me.
You told me at work. I told you to quit hanging out with that guy. He's bad. He's bad.
No, he stopped drinking. He's smart now.
No, I didn't stop drinking. I took a break.
Okay, we're taking a break. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
buddy.
And I just not even a break because it was never really a problem.
No,
It was just
of course not.
Yeah, it was not. It was more that I have different goals. I have different goals than waking
It seemed
up.
like you just came up with that right now. I don't. Sorry, different goals.
Different goals. Yeah, it's like one of those things.
Yeah.
But no, I mean like when you meet a 25-year-old, especially if I think about myself at 25 and I'm getting into comedy, the last thing they would be thinking is being like a family man.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I need to test this out, go on the road, get paid nothing, sleep in a car, all this sort of stuff that happens. But sometimes this is the best thing that can happen because if you get this like, not to like be like a comedy psychopath, but if you get this material, like because now you're a family man, your corporate gigs are going to go up.
I've thought about all of those things.
Yeah, because like no one books a guy for a corporate gig and they're like, you know what I want to hear? A 25-year-old white guy tell me about drinking stories. Hey, it's really good to meet you here at the bank Christmas party. Let me tell you this one story about this time I tried ecstasy. It was crazy. And everyone's just like, okay, we're never booking him again.
Yeah. Now all the stories are like, I drink ginger ale and my girlfriend sniffs my legs.
You know how it is. Yeah. Having kids. Oh, kids are so tough.
Gee whiz.
Gee whiz. They are, but now, I don't know. I think having kids 20 years ago was tough.
Yeah, we have, like, both of us come from, like good families.
Yeah.
Like, we got support. Yeah. We're going to live at her, like, we got our own apartment now.
Yeah.
So it's, like, her mother and her father, live next door.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
No, but could you imagine, like, the energy of children when there wasn't, like, some, like, pacifier you could give them, like an iPad or something?
Oh,
because when I was a kid, I had so much energy that I was just like, "Rah!" and then just like go outside and come back when the street lights turn off. Just leave us the fuck alone. Yeah. And I'd leave. But like my girlfriend has 2 kids, and I live with like my step kids, I guess you'd call them in a way, and they just like it's like taking care of like an old person. Like I had my grandmother used to live with me when I was a kid because she was like dying and like my dad like brought her into our house and she just lay there all day and like, I remember when I used to eat all this jam. She was always dreaming about jam. What? And she was getting blood clots from laying down too long and stuff like that. Oh. It was horrible. We had to carry her in the middle of the night to take her to the hospital.
So that's your children now.
That's with kids. Yeah.
What?
No,
Like you just put a screen
I've-
in front of their face and they're
Yeah.
like old, like.
they're just old people. There's like, and like I'll be like, hey, you guys want to go do something? And they're like, oh,
Is it good or bad though? It's
It's
like
I think it's bad because I'm. Some people will disagree. They'll say like we're all merging with computers and stuff like that. But I think what we understand about language and the mind is it's so tied to the body. The idea of not taking care of your body and using it when you're young and not realizing how close it is to how your mind works is going to have a huge effect on people.
yeah.
Because like even if you're left-handed and you're forced to be right-handed, you'll develop a stutter.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's a thing because your brain is so tied in because you're an animal.
That happened to my grandmother though.
Yeah.
Like she writes with her right hand but does everything else with her left.
Yeah, because they didn't want people to use their left hand
Yeah.
in school, and so it can cause neurological like issues.
Oh my god.
So like your mind and your body, like because we're mostly animals, right? Like
Yeah.
it's only been a few thousand years where we even had written word.
Yeah.
So this is like the idea that the computer is just gonna like fast track us into a new type of being. I don't think so.
Right.
And so I leave like cigarettes and like Playboy because I still subscribe to Playboy.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No.
Yeah. I don't.
In Iceland?
Yeah, they sent it to me.
No
There's
way.
4 issues a year,
Why?
and they have a completely female editorial staff now. And there's this like photographer named Ana Diaz in Portugal.
What do you like about Playboy?
Because now they don't really have writers, so they just reprint like writers from the past that are really good. So you'll get like a Margaret Atwood short story.
Sure.
Yeah, like most of the best American writers, the best writers of the 20th century were published in Playboy.
Huh.
Gore Vidal used to be in Playboy, like people who I like admire from a writing standpoint. And the new Playboy, like once they have kind of got their shit together a little bit, I only started subscribing like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
You get 4 issues a year, and you get like, and it it does polls on like adult sexuality and stuff, and I can use that in podcasts and talk about pornography because I've just been reading it in Playboy.
Dude.
Yeah.
How have I known you for like what's almost 3 years now, and you've been subscribed to Playboy the whole time?
No, for 2 years.
Oh, so you started okay.
Yeah, but I subscribe to Playboy, and I leave them out. Like,
So the kids can. Oh, you're doing it for the kids.
yeah, because
Okay.
He's 11.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, he wants to see some boobies, right?
Yeah.
It's not like hardcore
like the
pornography.
old fashioned. No, it's very classy.
He can check some boobs out if he wants.
Yeah.
He never sees like he would like I could leave anything out. He doesn't even know how to get food for himself. If I come home and he's gotten home from school early, he's in the dark on his screen, just waiting for people to
feed
activate the house. Why is it so dark? Oh, I can't eat.
Oh my god.
And he's 11.
Jesus.
Yeah, I
Christ.
leave cigarettes out, and I'm like, hey, I'm like, when I was 11, I tried smoking once, and he's just like, yeah, but then I'd have to go outside.
That's okay. That's weird. But no. Let's back up a little bit. So for your stepchildren, you leave out Playboys and cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's so York. That's so you, dude. I imagine, like, I know, like, you've been together, like, for, like, I don't know how long now.
6
but
months.
6 months. And, like, I think about you sometimes, like, what kind of a stepdad is York?
Yeah. I'm a kind one.
You are?
Yeah.
But that's those two things.
Yeah.
Playboy and cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's you as a stepdad, like, right there.
Playboy and cigarettes.
Playboy and cigarettes.
No, but
But you try, like, they don't get the thing.
they don't get it, and they don't look at it. I don't actually like leave it out for them to read, but I leave it out because I don't think it's a big deal
Yeah.
to have boobies or whatever.
Yeah, how fucked up are those kids, huh?
No. What do they talk about? They just watch TikTok where adult men talk to them about
TikTok is so weird.
so creepy.
Yeah,
Like-
I had it for one day. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah. It's just like 35-year-old guys be like, hey guys, it's my subscribers. And like I listened to him watch, I think like 150 videos on the like iPhone AirPods where they're like, did you know you can do this with AirPods? And I'm like, what? I'm like, so it's just like they're watching.
This is entertainment for
This
them.
is like unscripted commercials by adult men for children.
That's creepy.
This is like Jared from Subway's wet dream. Like if Jared would have had TikTok, he would have been the happiest
true.
guy in the world.
Oh my god, that's true.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
But you're going to be a dad soon. What are your plans?
All right, we're talking. Yeah, I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah.
Jesus, in February. Yeah, we I was worried about like not being able to do stand up now,
Yeah.
and But I think like if this happened 2 years ago when it like was 8 months into comedy or something,
Yeah.
I think I would. I don't know if I would have stopped, but it would put a serious dent in my comedy career.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think now I'm far like I'm gonna try to do.
It's 2019. You don't have to be nervous about calling anything a career. Like I can imagine, like in
That's
like
true.
1999, you'd be like, "It's my comedy career." It's like you've been doing it for 2 years.
Yeah,
Calm down.
yeah.
But now it's like, yeah, I'm a model now. Yeah, I'm a podcaster. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
This is
that's
my
true.
career. Why? You're not getting paid for it. I'm like, no one's getting paid for anything.
Yeah.
It's 2019.
Oh my god. Yeah, so my comedy career. And I was worried about like not being able to do it. But if I stick to like I'm maybe not gonna be here a few weeks after the baby is here, but I'm gonna try to do like at least 2 nights a week.
Yeah.
And then hopefully to get booked at like corporate gigs. So like I'm gonna try to do less of the non-paid thing,
Yeah.
like for the first few months at least.
Yeah.
And like when I can't get out, like Mauricio just had kids, 2 of them.
Yeah.
And
Twins.
yeah, and he's doing fine. Like I'm
Yeah.
over there sometimes.
That's why I
It's
think.
not- I don't think it's like having kids is difficult, but it's not as like crazy as you might think.
Well, it's like there's something. I don't know. I've just been introduced to children recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something. You're right. There's something about like, there's only so long that you can just like pretend that cocktail parties with your wife's coworkers is enjoyable, before you're just like, maybe there's more to life
yeah.
than like
I want a little meat.
yeah, little old people sitting around going like, yeah, I'm thinking I might get that promotion, and like in 2 years I'd like to do this. And you're like, oh my gosh, you guys are the worst. Because like kids, at least they sometimes are exciting or get excited.
Yeah.
Like I made liquid nitrogen ice cream the other day.
I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, they went fucking crazy.
Dude, I went crazy. I saw it on Instagram. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
oh,
they're
fuck.
but kids, because of the
It
internet,
didn't look legal.
It is
at all.
legal.
It is legal?
Yeah, it's legal to use liquid nitrogen.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just like they're so like spoiled kids because of
Yeah.
the internet. Like
Yeah.
when I was a kid, if I would have saw liquid nitrogen ice cream, I would have been set for a week. I would have been like,
Yeah.
that's the coolest thing I've seen in forever.
Yes.
And then like within 2 minutes, they're like, yeah, so it just does ice cream. You can't do like a sorbet.
Oh, fuck them. Fuck them so hard. Dude.
I'm like,
I would have been so angry.
I'm
Like,
like,
that's...
I'm not a liquid nitrogen ice cream specialist. Oh yeah, sorry, of course the sorbet. Bring the fruit juices along, and you just have to whip them briskly.
Can we
briskly.
put TikTok on the big screen, please?
Oh, that's good though.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you're gonna be a dad and doing comedy, and you're 25.
Yeah.
That's
26 in a month.
26 in a month.
2 months.
2 months. When's your birthday?
7th of January.
7th of January.
It's a month and a half.
So your birthday is on your show on a Tuesday.
How did you know that?
Because my dad has Asperger's.
Oh, and you don't. Obviously. Jesus Christ. Yeah, blame your dad for your Asperger's. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Genetics.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know yours.
Yeah, I can blame my dad for whatever the hell I want. You know, that's a cool
Go
thing.
ahead.
No,
Yes,
the
my
only-
birthday is on a Tuesday. You're right.
Yeah. I didn't actually do that in my head. It was just because January 8th is a Wednesday.
And again, why?
Because that's when the new comedy classes start. And I just made the
Oh,
advertisement.
okay.
I
Nice.
made the
I see.
advertisement like, oh, we got comedy classes on January 8th. And I was like, hey, that's a
Alright.
Wednesday. Then you
That
said,
that like legit freaked me out. I was like, what the fuck?
I know, it's good.
Jesus
I like
Christ.
that, like set up conversations where you like get to a point where it looks like you're just like,
Yeah, that was so fast too.
Yeah.
That was like lightning.
I was like, wow, your birthday's on a Tuesday.
I was like, oh,
What?
Okay, I'm talking to a weirdo.
And they predict rain. Oh man. Wow, this has been good.
yes,
Well,
I loved it.
what do you want to what would you like to tell the guy who's sitting, cuz like this podcast is really advertised in Iceland.
Yes.
It's really promoted on Facebook. We get a lot of hits. We were getting over 10,000 like at least like short views on
Okay,
Facebook.
that's
per-
pretty cool.
per podcast. So
Yeah.
we're getting like a lot of people. If there was a guy up north like you who's listening to comedy records or
Oh, like a dude like me.
like, what,
Like-
what would you tell him to do that you wish you would have done?
I moved here earlier.
Yeah.
Like I wish that I had started doing comedy when I was 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I started at 23. Like I wanted to do it since I was 18.
Yeah.
I waited 5 years.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like if I started earlier, I'd been further now, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
And you would have been way
don't know.
better at sex.
That's true.
Yeah. You wouldn't have
That's-
been,
that's-
just getting girls pregnant
It's a
all
weird.
of a sudden.
Oh yeah. Maybe I would have like a 3-year-old now.
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah.
Or you would have developed a pull-out process over time.
Polio?
A pull-out process.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I gotta learn. I gotta take notes.
No, you're fine. I think you should have 5 children.
5?
Yeah, 5's a good number.
Okay.
You know why? Because everyone's always like, "Oh, I have less kids," and everyone who says that, I look them over a little bit, and I'm like, I agree with them.
Yeah. No more kids for you.
Because anyone who's going around telling people how many kids to have, I'm always like, that's the sort of person I don't want at my tea party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, just move here. Like if you're up north,
Yeah, and so
do comedy. There's like a lot of spots you can do now. Like
Yeah.
when I started, like only 2 years ago,
mhm.
it was only like one night a week.
Yeah, and now you've been in commercials, TV shows,
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, and you just came here. Like, there's a lot of opportunity for just. It might be like independent and like low budget and all this.
Yeah,
stuff,
but it's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you very much, Arnór.
Thank you, York.
Yeah. So, just to let you know, tonight is a Tuesday, and on Tuesdays we have Arnór's show, The Funniest Four. On Wednesdays we have the Golden Mic, which is the open mic, usually hosted by Gisli Johan, who is the starter of Golden Gang at Goikarin, that started the English language comedy scene here. Thursdays we have My Voices Have Tourette's with Dan Zarin, who we've had on the podcast, one of the owners. Friday, again, Gisli Johan with the Not So Secret Friday show. Saturday is my show, the Saturday Night Comedy Showcase. Sunday is Silly Sunday Shenanigans. And every so often we also have a spotlight series where a comedian gets to have their own 45-minute special. On Mondays, we have the Magic Viking. And on Tuesdays, well, we already said that. And that's tonight, The Funniest Four with Arnór Daði. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You do.